Hello friends, welcome to Crackit CSE, and in this series of database today we will be completing the rename operator in relational algebra. So far we have completed some basic operators of relational algebra like projection, selection, cross product and natural join. So this is the fifth operator in the series. After that we will be completing some more set operators like union, intersection, set difference and division also. So let's start with the rename operator first. So the rename operator is used to rename a relation. We can call it as table or the attribute of this particular table, which can be used in processing a particular query. So this is what I written over here is it is used to rename a relation or attribute name to process query. How it can be represented? It can be represented by this row symbol. So how we can use this particular query? Whenever you have to relate a particular relation with itself, then we'll be using this rename operator, that is row. For example, I'm having a relation or a table here is student table with three attributes as student ID, student name and age. So if I want to rename this particular table into some another name, how I can do that? That row T comma student. So what does this mean? This means that rename the student table with the new name as T. So it will be the output of this particular query will be T, the name will be T, but the attribute inside this particular table will be same as previous one. So this way we can rename a particular table. So this is a way by which we can rename a particular table name. So here we have renamed student as T. But if you want to rename these attributes, how you can do that? For that you have to write row in bracket the real name of the table, as student is the real name for this, and here I have to rename all these three. Let me take that I have to name SID as ID, name as name and age as A, right? Then I have to write in a sequence like ID comma name comma A. So I have to write all these three in the subscript of row. This way what will happen is it will take first attribute written over here and rename with the first attribute of table, then go to second, rename with the second attribute, then go to third and rename with the third attribute. So what will the output of this table of this particular operation? Student, the name will be same. Here we are renaming the attribute. So the new updated name for the attribute will be ID, name and A instead of age. So this is how you can update a name of a table or a relation. This is how you can update the attribute of a particular relation. What if I need to update only some of the attribute? I don't need to update all of these attributes. I just need to update some of the attribute. Then what I have to do? I have to do it like this. This will be same. Here, as I want to replace SID with ID, then what I have to do? I have to mention it specifically, that rename SID as ID, as name as N. If you like this, if you mention the name and the new name, it will be replacing only these particular attributes. So what will be the output? Output will be student, which is the relation name. Then instead of SID, it will be ID, and S name will be replaced by N, and the age will be same because we are not replacing this. So this is how you can rename the attribute and the table. Now let's understand this with the help of one example. So here I took an example where I am having a relation R with attribute A and some more. So in this relation I have to retrieve a value of R, retrieve a value from this R. Those are more than some A values of R. So here you can see one thing, that I am relating R with itself. So whenever these kind of statement is given in the question, you can directly estimate one thing, that you have to use the rename operator, because we are relating a table with itself, right? So we know that we have to rename the particular table. How? Whenever we have to rename like this, the first name that we have to take is R, then we will be using join operation because we have to relate with itself. Now we have to use row and rename this R into some another name, like I am renaming this R into T. Why I am doing this is, there is one thing that you have to know, that whenever you are relating a table with itself, there may have a chance of some conflict. Like in our computer system, whenever you want to write a single name for two different files, then it doesn't allow you. So similarly, some case or some conflict occurs in database also. Therefore, we have to rename this. So that's why we are renaming. So this R will be joined with T, because the new name will be T for this R. Now what we have to do is, we have to project A values. So I will be writing A, because I have to project A value. And what is the condition? That retrieve a value of R. That means this A from this R has to be more than this A of new, because we have renamed this R as T. That means R dot A has to be greater than T dot A, right? I hope you got this particular thing, how I got this query. So this is one of the way to answer such statement or to answer some query. Now what is the second method? How you can do a second method? Second method is, I am taking name as R. Now I am renaming this A instead of this R. So I am not renaming the table name, I am renaming the attribute now. So I am changing A to A1. So if I change A to A1, then I have to relate R of A of R, then with A1 of R. So there will be two different tables with name, and the attribute has been changed. So this is the one also method by which we can do. So then we have to project A values, and what will be the condition? Condition has to be A has to be greater than A1. So A has to be greater than A1. So the output of these two queries will be same. So I hope that you got an idea that in which particular cases you have to use this rename operator. So whenever we have to relate a operation or table or relation with itself, then we have to use this particular operator, right? I hope you got an idea. In the next video, I will be discussing around 5 to 6 queries on this particular rename operator. So you will be having no problem, no doubt in your mind that how we can convert or how we can write a query for such kind of statements, right? So if you found this video useful, like this video, share it with your friends, comment your feedback in the comment box, and if you are new, then subscribe this particular channel and share it with your friends. So thank you for watching. Keep supporting, keep learning. Have a great day.